to Red, White, and Brown by They See Sat Live with Tria, Mira, and Michael. I'm sure that's possibly like the funniest line I have given on this show. But if you guys know me, you know my one-liners will just keep coming at you, which means you just need to keep tuning back in to hear more of them. And we just finished reviewing Dobara for all of you, and we're going to switch gears, give you a show this time on Z5, Duranga, which we actually personally think is like a near perfect thriller in Hindi because it's a Hindi version of the K-drama Flower of Evil. So all our K fans, you stand up, make some noise in the comments. We're more than happy to deliver this content for you. And it looks like Gulshan, Devaiah, and Drashti Dhami did it for us actually this time in the new Z5 thriller. They're talking about like this orthodox official adaptation of this award-winning Korean drama series, Flower of Evil, if you guys haven't watched it. And it's basically like a scene-by-scene adaptation of that original show. So Duranga leaves its audiences completely enthralled with the de rigueur performances by its two lead characters in this Indian localization. And the series is based on the story of a killer who is living under the guise of this like perfect family man. He's like a husband, he's a father, he cooks, he cleans, he sculpts at his workshops at home, you know, perfect man, of course. Our Renaissance man come back to life in 2022. And his wife is a police officer who is trying to track him down. Huh? Yeah, same. We had the same reaction. The two eventually try to hook wink each other in their own games, and it's like a cat and mouse chase. It's so wild because they're living this incredible, impeccable, perfect family life, not knowing that in their professional life, they're mortal enemies looking for each other, or at least like one is looking for the other while where one is trying to escape. It's a pretty insane show. However, we did love it. So, Em, what did you love about it? Let us know.
Okay, let me just start with the fact that even though the synopsis says that he might be a killer, he might not be a psychopath killer. All right. And the way this movie ends, the series ends, it creates a leeway for season 2. And if you haven't watched Flower of Evil, you will really not know what's going to happen in season 2. But season 1, it's about this metal craftsman. He runs a workshop out of his home. And he's married to this cop, and they have a little daughter. So he takes care of the daughter, he cooks and he cleans and takes care of the household, where the wife goes out and she works. She's a cop. And now there have been murders, and these copycat murders are actually leading back to something that this guy was implicated with. And for however many years, more than a decade, he's been living with this woman as a perfect husband, but that's really not his real name. His real name is something else. And he has a backstory to it, and a sister who's also involved here. And then he's taken the name of somebody else who actually might be the psychopath killer. And that guy is Amit Saad, played by Amit Saad, and he is in coma. So he's in coma, and, you know, his parents have become this guy's parents, and they come and visit, and they take care of the grandkid. So it's a really crazy story, but oh my God, did I like it? I did.
And we're going to finish reviewing Duranga for you guys because we didn't actually tell you who's the killer, who's the cop, what's happening in a domestic life. So let's get a little deeper into it. Em, take it away.
So on the face of it, Sumit, who's played by this really lovable husband, he has an issue. He just doesn't have, he can't express. He doesn't have any emotions. So he literally listens to tutorials on how to smile, how to feel empathy. And he practices his smile for people around him. Literally a guy who doesn't know how to smile, and he's practicing smile. So he has issues. He has emotional trauma and issues. But on the face of it, he's the antithesis of what a serial killer would be. But he does not rave or rant. He loves cooking, and, you know, he loves his daughter, and he takes care of her and loves her to, you know, infinity. And he actually is a very loyal husband. But he's very careful around his wife as well, because he tries to figure out what her case is, reads up stuff she brings home. So he is always a few steps ahead of her on strategy, or, you know, getting to know what's going on. But then when somebody starts killing, those copycat murders, he realizes he needs to get to the copycat killer because somebody's impersonating him. So that's how the entire first season uncovers, literally. It's and then with the help of his school friend who actually recognizes him from school, um, they kind of get together and start figuring out what exactly happened, who was his dad's accomplice. But all of that does not unfold in season 1 at all.
And that's where we're leaving y'all with the tea. You better not have left because we didn't. This is Red, White, and Brown with Live, and we're going to give you our final thoughts on Duranga. What are they?
Well, if you compare Duranga to Flower of Evil had 16 episodes, all episodes, each episode was an hour each. But Duranga is 9 episodes, season 1 of 30 minutes each. So like 5 hours of content. So there's a lot that is left out. There's a lot that needs to rework itself. Of course, sometimes you feel that it's a frame by frame adaptation, which is great because it maintains the pace, it maintains the localization, it maintains the intrigue. And in a thriller, if the thriller is not paced well enough, then you lose interest. But this series completely hooks you. And Gulshan Devaiah is just phenomenal as Summit. He etches out that entire character of a scarred man with amazing acuity. And he alternates between this hunted man and then the aggression of a hunter. You see his face expressions change. It is just amazing how he uses his face to just kind of move between emotions and between the characters that he's playing. So on the whole, a very watchable series. Drashti Dhami, who's a big television star, makes her debut in a web series, and she's just great in all the scenes that she's in. So between Gulshan Devaiah and Drashti Dhami, they really carry the series pretty well. So worth a watch.
I loved it. That's exactly what we love to hear. And if you guys want to read more from us, don't forget to head on over to Live to read all of our latest and greatest about your favorite movies and series. If you haven't followed us on Instagram, be sure to do that at Live Gram, and on Twitter, Facebook, everything. Where else? We're at Live.